How are you?
Doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good, Eric. So, how was your day so far?
Oh, my day. Oh, my day was fine, man. I was at the studio for a few hours earlier working with a client, and now I'm home ready to do an interview. So, yeah, it was a great day.
Fantastic, fantastic. So,
Yeah.
Eric, your third album, The Center That Cannot Hold, is to be out on June 21st. So, you'd like to
Yes.
tell me a bit about the songwriting and the production that goes behind this new album?
Bit of songwriting. Yeah, for sure, man. So, Replacire has always been a group project. We've had some members come and go, but this lineup is the first time we all wrote together for this record, and we've been writing for a lot of years to get this done. Pretty much since Do Not Deviate came out, the writing has been going, and I had a couple of riffs floating around, and then the members switched around over a few of those years, and then we locked in. And Pohawk, who's the other guitar player, he really spearheaded a lot of the writing. I was very burnt out, and I'm still kind of burnt out and experiencing a lot of writer's block. I don't write too much these days, but I could go in there and sit down with Poe and the rest of the band. But me and Poe would kind of be sitting there with our guitars, and I'd be like, "All right, dude, I got like this half an idea," and he could learn it, and then just I can't give him enough credit. And then of course, Joey, the drummer, he wrote his drum parts. I went back and forth with him quite a bit on the drums. Zach contributed his bass parts as well, of course, and then James, our singer, we him and I did a lot of work together on the vocals. That was the last thing after the songs were written was the vocals, and he would send me demos. We would get on Zoom calls. We would go over things. I'd be kind of whisper tracking stuff to him, ideas, patterns. I have a big stack of unused lyrics and poetry and stuff. Just like whenever I write down, I write down ideas every now and then. And then in the studio, all the music was composed, so it was really just a matter of tracking the music. But then when we did the vocals, we booked ourselves 2 weeks to do the vocals, and we would have a lot of it was composed and ready, and a lot of it was created kind of on the fly, just looping parts, brainstorming ideas, sitting there with all of my lyrics and all of James's lyrics and matching stuff together, coming up with new stuff. Yeah, so I guess in a nutshell, that was kind of how it went. But this it was also over years, man, years. It took so long to get this thing out. I'm so impressed by bands that can churn out records every year or every 2 years, even every 3 years is impressive to me because it took us seven. I think it's seven. Yeah, to get this done, and it wasn't through lack of trying or taking breaks. It's just how long it takes for us. So yeah.
And does the album has some kind of concept or a theme that goes behind it?
Mm, no, I wouldn't say it's a concept album. Each song kind of has um, its own metaphors, its own meanings. Um, for example, "Living Hell." I think it's is that the third track. I think. I don't know. I should know. But Living Hell was about an experience that James had with like sleep paralysis and seeing this demonic kind of dragon figure um, after he experienced this really traumatic thing that if he wants to share on his own, he can. But, I won't share it because I don't know how he feels about it. But he told me the story of this thing that happened to him one night when we were on tour. And it was a really powerful story, and I was like, James, how would you feel about using that as a song? And he was like, yeah, I'm down. That could be really cool. And so I came up with that main theme of that riff, down, 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 down. And, off it went with, I showed it to Pohawk and off it went. Let me think of, the Helix Unravels, that's about James's bout with skin cancer that he had to deal with it, as well as a very important relationship of his sort of coming to an end. So it's sort of talking about life and death and relationships ending and sort of this these painful experiences that we go through. Um, uh, there's inglorious impunity. Yeah. That's about this piece of shit that I lived with at my old place, who actually long story short, I have a little kitty cat who I love very much. Her name's Xena, and he threatened to hurt her. So I threw him down the stairs, and I got arrested. And I got in a lot of trouble. But that's in the past. But anyway, we wrote a song about him basically being a giant piece of shit. And so, it's like out came the song, right? So yeah, they're kind of all over the map, and some of the lyrics are very open to interpretation. But yeah, I wouldn't say there's a coherent theme or a coherent story, really. But for some reason, a lot of the Replacire stuff, not really by choice, it tends to lean on life is fucked up and life is hard and life sucks, but you can get through it. You can do it. We're in it together, sort of, and it's not super over the top like I say Hatebreed, even though I absolutely love Hatebreed. It's a little more of a deeper theme, I'd say, and I don't know why a lot of it tends to lean that way, but it's sort of like a negative with a positive at the same time, I'd say. Yeah,
Fantastic. And
yeah.
I would say 7 years without music has come up really beautiful with a wonderful album. Each and every
Oh, thank you.
song beautifully done, great songwriting, amazing musicians, the power, the energy, and the love that you have put inside of this album is totally mind-blowing. So I want to thank you guys so much for this amazing album. And as a band, as a creator, how do you guys feel about the outcome of this new album?
Oh yeah, well hey, thank you for saying all that, man. I appreciate that very much. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it came out. At the end of every album, we've done three. I've done three in this band, and I've made albums with some other bands and stuff. And um, with Replacire, it's always like, oh my God, finally it's done. Like, get it out of here. You know what I mean. So it'll probably take a little while for
Yeah.
it to sink in and sort of appreciate kind of what we did. But even now, being I don't know, a year or so past the completion point, and it's about to be out because we delivered it to the label so many months ago, and it's just has to go through the process of being released and whatnot. Um, every now and then I can spin a song and be like, oh shit, that sounds pretty cool. We did a good job, and you kind of forget about all the stress and the trauma and the pain of creating it. Whether it was the writing or the recording or the mixing or what have you. And I think the other guy are happy with how it came out too, the whole thing. So yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. And I know there has been a couple of official audio that has been released so far, but do you have plans to come up with an official video from this album?
No, no plans for a video. I wish we had the budget for it, but we don't. But that would be super cool. But if anyone out there wants to finance a video, we'll do it. Hmm.
Fantastic. And
Yeah.
any big plans on June 21st on the day of the release?
No, no, we're just gonna throw it out there, make a couple posts, see how it goes. Yeah, no big plans. Maybe we should throw a party. I don't know.
Gotcha. And
Yeah.
how does the touring looks like for you guys post release of the album?
Yeah, probably no tours. I don't really have the money for it, and taking the time off work isn't really feasible. And I got two members that are out of state, so I'd love to tour, but it really just comes down to money. There's not a lot of money in metal, as much as it sounds like a cop out. It's just not there. But I miss playing shows. I love playing shows. But yeah, no touring plans, unfortunately.
And the band was formed in 2020 with three albums, including this one. So, how has this journey of music been for you guys so far?
We formed earlier than that. It was like 2008 or something that we officially formed. Yeah, but the journey's been a journey. We did our first album self-released. Then while we were on tour with a few friends of ours in a band called Rattlehead from LA. I don't think they're active anymore, but they were a cool thrash band. Um, the one of the head guys over there at Season of Mist saw us play, and soon after that they signed us, and we did Do Not Deviate. We did a couple tours, and now we're here. So yeah, it's been cool. It's always been a dream of mine to make music and put records out. So it's cool that I'm able to put it out into the world and have some people like it. It's pretty rad.
And what has been one of the best moments in the career of Replacire?
Oh, one of the best moment is one of the best moments, you know. Um, when you play a good show, like really nothing beats that. You know, there's been a few really good ones with um just great fans, whether they were big or small, just people that are really into it, people that knew all of our names and knew our band history. And you know, we're not a huge band, so for people to know kind of what we're up to, it's pretty cool. It's a cool feeling. But a lot of the really good memories are like, you know, us being in the van with some stupid joke, just laughing at, you know, like delirious from sleep deprivation. But so a lot of good times, just like with the guys, you know, the members now, of course, and the various members in the past, you know, a lot of really just great memories with the guys. You know, you become you become brothers, really.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And,
Hmm.
and this time it was 7 years, but do you think there'll be a bigger delay in the next album?
Yeah, probably, definitely. Yeah. If there is another one, you know, I can't even, I mean, this album's about to come out and I can't even think about writing a riff right now. So if there is another one, we'll see when, and maybe it'll sound completely different. Maybe it'll just be like a deathcore record or something. You know, I don't know. But yeah, man, you know, that totally remains to be seen. My head's not even in that brain space right now.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
And are you doing some kind of merchandise for the fans?
Merchandise? Oh yeah, yeah. Of course. Through the Season of Mist website, there's lots of great T-shirts, and of course you can get the album either a CD or vinyl. And we also have our own merch that you can get through I think through our Instagram.
Mhm.
There's a link to our merch, and hopefully we'll have a new design up as well. Excuse me for the new album, but we have all our previous stuff up there still. So yeah, yeah. There's merch for sure. Mhm.
Awesome, awesome. And Eric,
Mhm.
finally, any message that you have for the fans around the world?
Oh, any message? You know, nothing super um metaphorical or special, you know. I guess if I were to say anything to anybody that listens to our music, it'd be thank you. You know, thanks for listening. I hope you get something good out of it. I hope it inspires you, whether it's a lyric that helps you keep trudging through life, or a riff that makes you want to move a little bit, or you know, gives you a little energy to get through your day, you know, or if you're having a bad day, maybe you have a better day. I think it's just cool that people are into the art that we make. So it'd be a big thank you.
Fantastic. And
Hmm.
Eric, I want to thank you so much for giving me today this wonderful opportunity to have you on this interview. A real pleasure. And thanks for putting up this awesome album on June 21st, the Sended Campo. Like I said earlier, a fantastic work again from you guys. So thanks for the
Yes,
music
sir.
over the years. I wish you all the best.
Likewise, thank you so much for having me. It was a pleasure.
My pleasure. Take care. Bye bye.
Take care. Thank you.